We're into Tournament 8 here on the Tenacious Golf Tour, and I am Earl. I'm your host. And so far, we've had a pretty interesting season. Dustin Emmerich, who would be the favorite, has won 2 tournaments and is in the lead on the points. But he missed the cut here in this one. So we are at Pacific Golf Links in Northern California on the coast of the Pacific. And Rudy Wallace, a relative unknown, has come from near the back to take a 2-shot lead going into this final round over Gil Granbury, one of the mainstays. You've got Sonny Lemons, Samson Tucker, Denny Rowetter, and Ramon Zavala, 3 behind, and a group of 3 with Gail Honorado and Martin Van Dyke 4 back, and a couple more right on their heels. So this is a historic course, consistently rated one of the best in the United States. And let's get right to the action here, the final round of the Norcal Pro-Am at Pacific Golf Links in Pebble Beach, California. Okay, so we're going to get started with Heath Summers, Dwayne Bradshaw will be our first group. Then the second group off will be Martin Van Dyke and Yun Lee Song. The third group will be Eddie Sykes, Gail Honorado. Then it'll be Ramon Zavala, Denny Rowetter, then Sonny Lemons, Samson Tucker. Finally, Rudy Wallace and Gil Granbury, your 2 leaders. They will be the last to play. One notable player who had the week off is Gareth Leonard. So he did not play this tournament. Let's just see how it goes here. So at -10, as you can see, it's Yun Lee Song, Heath Summers, Dwayne Bradshaw. Summers and Bradshaw will be the first to go. So for perks and issues, Eddie Sykes and Rudy Wallace, neither of them can earn blue chips in this round. Gil Granbury gets a gold putter rating for the entire round. Ramon Zavala needs a par or better to be sunny rated, otherwise he'll turn stormy, and Denny Rowetter is already stormy. And a carryover is Martin Van Dyke is raised a putting level to semi-gold. So Heath Summers is going to start off. No chips out yet. Let's get them ready over here on the side. And on this first hole, which is a fair test to start dogleg right, and the course will have control 46, so he finds the rough with his first shot. And check to see if he is a master rated short game or a recovery guy. He's not, so he's going to have a difficult par putt. So we take the green die. Difficult par putts are 1 to 3. And he is solid on that one. It is in the cup. And Dwayne Bradshaw now. Another newcomer. And he gets a special result, all 5s. Aside from the 6. So right off the bat at number 1, we're going to have a special result on a par 4. 56. Second shot to the edge of the green, moderate putt for birdie. Gold putting rest around. If made, gold till further notice if he wins. So moderate putt for birdie. He needs a 1 or a 2 to become gold. And he misses that. So now an easy par. And he gets that. So a good start for these 2. Off to the second. A very accessible par 5. Only 502 yards in length. And Summers and Bradshaw will be the ones to go first. Pars on 1. So Summers. And he gets trips 1s, so he'll have a special result on a par 5. How about that? Let's see what happens for him. 15. Club tee shot, recovery, moderate putt for bogey. Heckling fan makes his golfer stormy. Well, that's not good. A moderate putt for bogey. That's 1 to 5, and he makes it. But now he's stormy, and he drops a shot. So the trips are getting guys. Oh, and I forgot to put the little marker here. It's now Dwayne Bradshaw. And he gets a white 6, which for a double cordial hole is a birdie, so he will gain a shot on the groups ahead and moves to minus 11. Okay, Martin Van Dyke. I believe he's 3rd in the money list, but I'd have to double check that for sure. And it's going to be 45. Sandin 2. And a green 5. Is he sandy? No, he's not. He's going to have a difficult par putt, just like Summers did on the first. Can he get a 1 to 3? He does not. So now a moderate bogey, which he makes. And Van Dyke starts off with a blemish on the scorecard. Now Yun Lee Song, another tournament winner so far here on Tour Fit 25, is Golf Cam course. Green 6. It's not a daunting hole, so he'll have a clutch putt for birdie. He's semi-gold, needs a 1 to 4. And he would move up to the threesome at minus 11. Oh, and he misses it. It's a red chip. And now the easy par putt. So the green die not cooperating so far. And now a friendly green, but a moderately tough hole. And it will be Dwayne Bradshaw first here at the 3rd. 390-yard par 4. 14 is rough in 1. Green 2. Now Dwayne is not a master, so he'll have a moderate second putt for par, so as long as he doesn't end up with a 6. And he makes it. Heath Summers, reeling from a bogey, 33 Golf Cam course, green 6. He'll have a clutch putt for birdie here. It's not daunting, so clutch putt for birdie. He's gold. Only a 6 is a problem, and he makes it. So he rights the wrong on the 2nd, and he's back to even par on his round, and he gets a blue chip. Okay, so Van Dyke bogeyed 1. Lee Song got a red chip for his missed clutch putt. 4-4-5, par 5. Lee Song is not hot, he's not cold, and he is not gilded, so it's going to be experience. And with an icon, he's going to have an easy birdie putt. Par 5 is the icon, yes, easy putt for birdie. And he's going to try and make it 1 to 4. Boom, in the hole. Yun Lee Song gets that birdie he squandered on 1. He could have been up to minus 12 if he had made both. And now Martin Van Dyke. 3-4-5. Well, and he's got bad luck here right to start. It's struck thin. It's a Gallery Groans par 5 shot, and a 5. Is he a workman? No, he's not. So polite applause. We re-roll white. It's a 2. It's a difficult putt for birdie. Well, he's going to spend the red chip, make it double difficult, and then he's going to lag. So that leaves him with an easy par, which he makes. Okay, now it's Eddie Sykes and Gail Honorado. Sykes, not a bad card. Let's see if he can put together a round. He'll take his par at 1 and get a blue chip. Wait. Except he has caddy conflict and gets no blue chips. So he is instead going to attack the pin. We may have to do that with him all these times. Attack the green. So re-roll the white die and let's see what happens. A 3. Double difficult pitch for birdie. So he will lag. Leaves him with an easy par. And still we end up with the same thing, but he does not get the blue chip. Gail Honorado. So it's Golf Cam Course. Green 4, is it cordial? It's not. It's not daunting, so an easy putt for par. Well, made that interesting, but it did fall. So, okay. So, the fourth is a 331 par 4. I'd say Pacific Golf Links has a good number of these types of holes that have some level of benefit, like it's semi-cordial. So if you get the decider die in your favor and you end up with this, you have a chance at a birdie. But the other thing is that you end up with a tougher putt, and you've also got a challenging green. So not an easy hole, but also not one that you can't birdie. So that's golf. No, it's going to be in the sand with a 35. So sand off the tee. And this is going to bring the exclamation mark into focus here. So he's not chunky, so he ends up with an easy, but it's not easy. It's going to be X moderate. I call it X because of exclamation mark. So he needs a 1 to 5, and he holds it out for his par. And now it'll be Dewey Bradshaw. And he's also in the sand off the tee. Green 6. Is he sandy? Semi-sandy with a dot. So he is. He'll have a double difficult putt for birdie. No exclamation mark effect because it's double difficult right off the bat. And he will lag. So that leaves him an easy par, which he makes. Okay. Back to the third for Yunli Song and Martin Van Dyke. Okay, so it's going to be sand in 1 on a par 4 again, and a green 6. He's not sandy. He's going to have a double difficult putt for par. So he will lag. Makes it an easy bogey putt, and he's going to give that shot right back. Drops to -10 with his playing partner. Now Van Dyke. '66 is Golf Cam Course. The green 4. Not cordial, not daunting, so it'll be an easy putt for par. And he holds it out. Okay, to the second, and now Sykes and Honorado. They both parred the first. And a white 1 means that it's 2-3-5 on the par 5. He is a legend, so he can't get a blue chip, but he does get the gallery cheers for him. on the par 5. He's not a hacker. So it's strong applause. Re-roll the white die. It's a 2. He has a moderate putt for birdie. He's going to try and make this 1 or a 2. Misses it. Easy par. Makes that. Really tough when you don't get blue chips. You don't get many birdie putts that are makeable. Honorado 266 par 5. Neither king or shaper. He's not a hacker. He's a semi-champion, no dot. So it's going to be his mood. Currently he is not sunny. So he's going to have a difficult putt for birdie. In order to avoid the storm, he is going to lag this, and it will give him a gimme par. He'll take his lumps there and not go into stormy territory. Ramon Zavala, first on the tee here in this group. Pretty ugly card here, but he does get the course control, 3, 4, 5, par 4. Well, he's going to get a red chip as it goes into the rough, and it's the Gallery Moans, green 3. He's the master now. Have a moderate par putt. 1 to 5, and it's good. Now Rowetter, who already starts the day stormy. 15, sand and 1, green 3. Chunky, no, so he'll have an easy par putt. Okay, so not too much change here. A lot of even par scores. Bradshaw with a 1 under so far. Okay, well, up to the 5th, and it's going to be Heath Sommers, who has the tee. So the first of the tougher holes, this is where you really come right out over the bay. You can see Carmel Bay and the peninsula, the Monterey Peninsula there, really just starts to become very apparent to you when you get to the 5th. It's a challenging par 3. You can see semi-daunting and 5 degrees of course control, 188 yards. Keith Summers cannot take control of this with only 1 blue chip, so he ends up with golf cam course, and it's going to be daunting this time for him. Par 3, 2 is daunting. It's going to be a clutch bogey putt. And he is at least 1 to 5, and he makes it, but that's a bogey. And he goes back to -9, 1 over. Now Bradshaw. Rough and 1, green 6. So the course is playing tough here today so far. Is he a master? No. He's going to have a double difficult putt for par. And he's going to take his lumps here. Almost makes it tougher, but that's going to be an easy bogey putt. And he makes that barely. Well, he'll drop back to where he started the day, -10. And the inculcation to the Monterey Peninsula and the Pacific winds are apparent already. So it'll be Martin Van Dyke at 4. Okay, 1, 3, 3. He has control, so he doesn't have to worry about the exclamation mark. Yeoman or puny, he's neither of those. He's not a hacker, so it's going to be experience. He's an icon, but it's going to ask if he is prospect. And he's not that, so an easy birdie putt. 1 to 4, and he will get back to even par on the round, and that is in the hole. True roll for Van Dyke, and he is back to level. Now, Yunli Song. The white 6 will neutralize that red chip and give him a par. So Sykes and Honorado to the third. Uh, 12 is going to be Golf Cam green, and it's a friendly green, so Sykes may get the benefit of that. Par 4, is it friendly? Yes, so he'll have a clutch putt for birdie. Now he's a neutral putter, so he needs a 1 to 3, and he can't get a red chip. No chips at all, so that's just going to be an easy par. Good chance for a birdie, and he squanders that. Now it's going to be Honorado. So it's going to be 15. It's in the rough off the tee, green. 2. Is he sandy? Semi-sandy with a dot. Yes, he is. He's going to have a wow chance, so he will get a blue chip. And we re-roll white die on the wow chart, and it comes up with a 3. That's going to be an easy birdie putt. He's going to take his chances to make it 1 to 4 in the hole. And Honorado to within 3 now. Okay, to the second, it'll be Zavala and Rowetter. And the course has control. 55, sand in 1. Green 1. Is he chunky? He's semi-chunky with a dot, so he is. He's going to have an easy putt for par. That's it. And he's going to make it moderate and trust he can make a 1 to 5, and he doesn't. Now the easy bogey, so that happens more often than not. It feels like that's a better than 1 in 6 chance of having a 6 when you downgrade. All right, Rowetter. 24 Golf Cam course on a double cordial hole should get the job done with a green 1. Cordial hole, yep. So a clutch putt for birdie. Semi-gold needs a 1 to 4. And he makes it. So he's within 2. Denny Rowetter. He's trying to overcome the nickname that he gained as a kid, Denny Bedwetter. Unfortunately for him, people like me continue to produce that name at any point. So here's Sonny Lemons with a lot of Woods categories. Legend, semi-legend, king, shaper, puny at the first. He has a real variety of stuff here. 55 is in the Woods off the tee. So that's what all that gets. Not really. Has nothing to do with it. Woods off the tee, green 3. Is he a workman? No. One of the things he doesn't have, so that's an easy par putt. He'll take that. Just needs to avoid 6s, and he does. And so he's still 3 back, and now Samson Tucker tied with Lemons. Lemons trying to make lemonade out of a sunny day. And it's going to be sand in 1 for Samson Tucker. Green 3, easy chunky. No. Easy putt for par himself. And that goes down like a fresh cup of lemonade that Sonny Lemons prepares. So, yeah, we're just now going to be getting to the leader teeing off soon. Rudy Wallace, Gil Granbury 2 back, along with Denny Rowetter. We just saw him. But Bradshaw and Summers are getting to another one of the easy par 5 offerings here at Pebble Beach. 513, uphill. So it kind of starts down, and then comes down to a little valley about 350 yards out, and then it makes its way up the rest of the way. Mid-iron to the green, eagle chance on plenty of occasions, and Bradshaw will take a birdie on the double cordial hole. I won't get a blue chip out of it, but the white 6 gets him a birdie, and he will move to minus 11. And now Summers looking to forget the bogey he had on last hole, 146. Legend or bomber? No, he's more of a shaper. He's not a long hitter. Is he champion? Semi-champion with a dot. He is, so he'll get a blue chip. And it'll be the Gallery Cheers normal. Green 6 hacker. He's not a hacker, so he ends up with a difficult birdie putt. He could make it easy. Instead, he's going to try and make the 1. He needs a 1 for it to be made. That's a 4, so that is the birdie. So now a moderate par. Needs a 1 through 5, which he makes. Now Van Dyke on the 5th, par 3. That's top 45. Is going to be in the rough in 1 with a green 1, which should be of benefit to him. So let's see, rough in 1, so that means off the tee, and then green 1 on a par 3. Is he a workman? He's not, so he gets a pin chance. Re-roll the white die. It's a 3. That's an easy par putt. He will take that. Good chance of it at a par, and he gets it. So now Lee Song. .23 sand in 1. Green 3 shouldn't be too tough on him either. He's just not chunky. So he has a gimme par putt. Nice splash. And knocks it close and has no problem with the follow-up putt. So back to 4, the par 4 that has the exclamation mark. 3 degrees of course control. And Honorado will take control with his blue chip that he's got. And a 3-3-5. Being aggressive here with the chips. 3-3-5. King? No. Hero? He's semi-hero with a dot, so he gets an easy putt for birdie. So a 1 to 4, he'll string them back to back. And he makes it. Honorado to within 2. And he is hot. He is on fire. Eddie Sykes. And he gets control just with the 1. So 1-4-6, par 4. Legend, or he is legend. He can't get a blue chip, but he gets Gallery Cheers, and he's going to have a green 1, which is great. Semi-champion, no dot though, so he goes from gimme to easy. So he still needs to make the 1 to 4 to gain a stroke and get to -12, and he makes it anyway. So birdies for both of the gentlemen here on 4, and it's going to make that leaderboard a little tighter now that Rudy Wallace is just about ready to start. Okay, so Rowetter with the birdie on 2. He gets the tee on the par 4, the dogleg left 3 down the hill. Great hook hole. And that's going to be in the bunker off the tee. Green 1. He's not chunky. He's going to get wow, so that's great. He has a great opportunity here for a birdie. Roll the white die. It's a 1. We re-roll. It says re-roll white die. I'm going to roll the black one instead. And it's a 5, but so it's going to be a gimme putt for birdie. So gimme for Rowetter, and he gets another blue chip anyway for his trouble. And that's another birdie. He is doing well, and he's going to be within 1. So 2 guys that are currently hot, Honorado and Rowetter, get off to great starts. So, oh, I got to do Zavala now. So let's make sure we do that. And he will get a blue chip and a par. Okay, Lemons and Tucker at the 2nd. Birdie hole. So far, 3 birdies, 2 bogeys on the day out of 8 players. And it's going to be a 4 on the white die. You see it right there. And then you've got 2-4-4. with a decider die, that's yes. This Lemon's king. He is king. He gets a blue chip, and it's the Gallery Cheers par 5 style. And then a green 4 is a utility. Semi-utility. He is going to be, that's, uh-oh. That's not good. He's going to earn a red chip, which is going to eat the blue chip. So now here is the other shoe drops for him. That utility is a killer. And he's semi-utility, but the decider die brings that on for him. And it's a 1. He's going to have a moderate putt for par at least. So as long as he can avoid a 6, he will come out unscathed, and he does. But what could have been for lemons instead turns into trouble. And a hole he should birdie goes down with a whimper. 5-5-6. Legend, he is semi-legend with a dot, so he gets the blue chip himself. And now we go to the green 6 on that Gallery Cheers tee shot. Is he a hacker? Now he's a workman, but he's not a hacker, so he's going to have strong applause. Re-roll the white die. 2 is going to be a moderate putt for birdie. 1-2. And he rolls it in. Tucker joins Granbury and Otterado at -13. And the early holes are scoreable. And now we've got Rudy Wallace, who is just like Eddie Sykes, cannot earn blue chips in this round. So he's a bit of a sitting duck. But if he can land into the clutch putts for birdies and stuff, he's got semi-gold. So at least he's a little bit better. And on the first tee, he gets a... He can, let's see, he could attack the green. He's going to take his par, but he doesn't get a blue chip. Not going to attack the green here with the lead. Now, Granbury 2 back, thinking this is a day for him, and he gets control 1-3-3. 1-3-3 is a yeoman or puny? No. Is he hacker? No. So he's going to have experience. And he's an icon, but a green 1 is going to check if he's prospect. It's going to give him a gimme birdie putt to join row wetter 1 back. So gimme putt for birdie is a 2 die roll. As long as it's not 6s, and it's not, he birdies, and he moves up to -14. And we've got a tournament here, folks. We've got 5 guys within 2 shots of the lead. Rudy Wallace just played the first. He's at -15. Row wetter and Granbury -14. Honorado and Tucker at -13. Okay, so we are to the 7th, and this is another interesting hole. So Pebble Beach, Pacific Golf Links, if you want to call it that. One of the things that, like I said, they have holes which are they could provide a wide range of scores. You can, and sometimes you play them and they're nice and easy. Other times you play them and they're a bear. And the 7th hole is another one that's kind of like that. You know, you see it has a semi-daunting there. Well, this thing is right along the bay. Notice this yardage, 106 yards. Short hole, downhill hole, basically like a half a sand wedge for these guys, or maybe even a lob wedge for some of the longer hitters, you know. Water isn't really an issue. The winds are, and there's lots of sand around the green. But if you see, it's 2 degrees of course control. So a lot of the time it's going to be on the golfers. How do they play the hole? You know, but you get those 2 and all bets are off. You don't have a whole lot of chances for the course or the green. And even the one here that's a green, golf cam green, it's only a half. It's like if the decider die says no, it goes to being in the sand. So you're really just down to is the golfer going to be able to grab control of the shot? Now, Dwayne Bradshaw, who is at -11, will be first to play. He has no chips to use right here. Not that this would be a great, I would consider this to be a great shot to use it on, because with 2 degrees of course control, you're only at like a 33% chance of having a bad roll. So Bradshaw here is going to end up with 155 on the par 3. So off of his card, is he a champion? He's semi-champion and he's got a dot, so that's an easy birdie putt. He's going to have a chance to go to -12. And that's a 1-4, and it is in the hole. So back-to-back birdies for Bradshaw. Bradshaw back-to-back, and now it's going to be Heath Summers. And again, it's like if you use that blue chip, it's probably not the worst play, but see, it's semi-daunting, so then you have to roll again. And he gets it off of his 146 is a utility, and he is not, so it's going to be off experience. The green 6 is the toughest lie, or the toughest potential outcome for anything, usually. On a par 3 6S is the icon. He'll have a moderate putt for birdie. So this is where he may want to use blue chips, being way back. But instead, I think he is going to say, what he would be best doing is using both of them. If he's going to use one, he should use two and make it all but assured that he's going to get the birdie there. But he's only going to gain one shot. So in this case, he's going to save that blue chip and hope that he can have a better chance at saving the 2 blue chips. Now, using one, you still got that 1/3 chance of missing it. That's the trouble. So it is a 1 or a 2 for a moderate, and it's a 6. See, he would have missed it even if he uses 1. So that leaves you with the easy par, which is a 6-6 miss, and he makes that. So, his trouble is he's made 2 bogeys in the round so far, and that's where he's finding himself on the wrong end of things. Now it's going to be Van Dyke, who's at -11. He'll be the first to play the 6th here in this group. Have yet to have his semi-gold clutch come up. And with a white 3, that's not going to happen either here. So 2, 4, 6, all evens there in succession. Is he duffer? No. Utility? No. Champion? He is a champion. He gets the easy putt for birdie. So chance to move to -12. He needs a 1-4, and it is a 1. So he sinks it. Van Dyke, making that upper part of the leaderboard even more crowded. Now Lee Song, who is up, down, even par. Okay, he's going to have a special result. And we're going to leave the decide or die as a no. So let's see the special result, what that's going to turn out for Yun. Level 1, par 5. And it's 11. Strong tee, long second, 3rd shot rolls in. Eagle, sunny rest of round. A beautiful shot. That thing is in the hole. And he gets the magic roll. And he joins Van Dyke, his playing partner, and 3 others at -12. An eagle on the par 5. Good for him. We got an 11 on that. That's pretty sweet. All right. Back to 5, par 3, tough hole. And it will be Honorado first. Currently hot. Golf Cam course and the semi-daunting, this is going to help him because the semi-daunting is not in effect here. So par 3, green 2, cordial, no. It's not daunting either, so he gets an easy putt for par. I'll tell you one thing that would be neat. I wouldn't want to use it for a bit, but something that I would throw out there for people to consider who like this game. If you're hot, then the decide or die basically always goes. Oh, the player gets to choose the decide or die. That would be fun. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're on back-to-back birdies, but you have to be completely hot, then the decide or die, you get to choose whether it's yes or no, because you're feeling it and you're getting results. Now, as soon as you make a par, then that's over. But that would be fun. That'd be a fun way to make it a little bit more. I feel like when you're hot, you really should be just stringing. And I think sometimes it's tough to string in this game. 46 is sand in the 1, and green 3 is kind of an average lie out of the bunker. the green side bunker. So is he chunky? Sykes is not, so he'll have a gimme par putt. And barring the extreme, yes. Oh boy, that's a good roll right there. It's a 1-1-2. That's a par. Okay. So back to the fourth. Now the leader's going to have a chance to get the second hole, which is an easy hole. So just as a little prelude to that. Now Rowetter also on back-to-back. And he will use one of his blue chips to take control of this guy. So it's not the worst one, but he doesn't want to have that putt. So 2-3-6. Is he a duffer? No. Well, it's going to be a short game check. Green 6 is not good. So is he stone? No. So he'll have a difficult putt for par. 1-3, and he gets a 2. So does make his par. Not what he wanted out of that hole. Zavala, he'll hold on to the blue chip. But it's going to be course control 14 in the rough. In 1. And a green 5. I mean, is he a master? And he's not a master, so he's got a difficult putt for par. And because it's course controlled, it's actually X double. So Zavala is going to have to lag, which he successfully does to give himself an easy bogey, which he makes. He'll drop to -10. So if you compare the two uses of the use or non-use of the blue chip on that, now granted, that's not completely an accurate way to assess it, but Zavala ends up with a bogey, Rowetter ends up with a par. So now Samson Tucker, 2 back to the third par 4, the left dog leg, 26 golf cam course, green 5. Is it daunting? No. Is he scatter? He does not have the scatter quality, so he will have a clutch birdie putt, and he's gold. So a 1-5, can he roll it in and draw within 1? Oh, and he rims it out, and that is an unfortunate roll. He should get his par, and he does, but a great chance to get within 1 on a hole that doesn't yield too many birdies. Although there have been 3 so far in the round. Okay, so now Sonny Lemons, 23, is in the sand with his second shot. So green side bunker. Green 2, is he sandy? No, he's not. So he ends up with an easy par instead of something better than that. So he rolls it, and it's in. And we'll go back to 2. For the leaders, and it'll be Gil Granbury 1 back, ready to take on this par 5 that's short, accessible, great birdie opportunity. Maybe better than that. 1-2-5. On the par 5, 1-2-5. He's going to get at least a moderate birdie out of this, I think. Let's see, 1-2-5. Bomber, he's not a bomber, is a direct green. It is a direct green. He gets a moderate putt for eagle. Okay, Granbury with a chance to leap over Rudy Wallace in the interim. If he can get a 1 or 2 here, it would be an eagle, and he'd move to -16 and be 3 under after the first 2. He taps it, and it's in! Gil Granbury with the huge, moderate eagle putt, and it downs it. Goes straight in. Beautiful putt. Takes the lead, and now Rudy Wallace watching that putt roll in. He's got 2, 3, 4 here. Well, is that direct green? Let me show you. Is it a direct green? It is. That's a moderate putt for eagle 2. Can he match? If he would move to -17, if he can also get a 1 or a 2. Oh, he gets the same roll, matching eagles, and they are -17, -16. with plenty of golf left to play, but the second hole has granted each of these guys an eagle, and what a chance. So Rudy Wallace minus 17, Gil Granbury minus 16. They've distanced themselves a little bit from Rowetter at 3 back, and then Honorado and Tucker 4 back. So I've changed the leaderboard over a little bit here. So 5 is where you start to smell that salt air blowing in off the sea, and you know you're getting close. 8 is where the round really begins here at Pacific Golf Links. You get past that little par 3 7th, chance for birdie, and then you end up here, which is you have a drive, which is relatively simple. Probably taking a fairway wood, but then the second shot is over the cove, usually a fairway wood or long iron, and it's right there, and it's daunting. Well, according to them, it's semi-daunting. It's 5 degrees of course difficulty, and so 8, 9, and 10 all run along the sea, and they are difficult. And here is Bradshaw on the 8th on back-to-back birdies. He's 3 under on the round, but still a ways back, 5 back of the leader, and so it's going to be 56 in the rough in 1 with a green 4. So not a great tee shot. Green 4. Is he a workman? He's not, so he'll end up with a moderate second putt for par. So as long as he avoids a 6. Oh, but he doesn't. Oh, the crowd lets out a moan as they know was a great chance just to get through there with a par. And, well, double ones, he could have used that, but that's a bogey for Bradshaw, and he goes back to minus 11. Now, Summers has 3 chips. He's going to use one. He's going to roll the decider die, and that's all he needs to use. Now, he has control of the hole. So, he's going to take all the crap out of the equation. 1, 3, 4. We'll see if he can squeak a par out of here, maybe find a birdie putt. 1, 3, 4 is it direct? It's not direct. Is he a hacker? No. It's going to be experience. Green 4. Is he an icon? He is an icon, so it's going to leave him an easy birdie putt. And since he only used 1 blue chip, he's going to use the second one, and he's going to try to squeak out a birdie on a really... So this is a gimme birdie on a really tough hole. Can he do it? He needs to avoid the 6s. Oh, and he does. Summers still a ways back, but he gets a birdie. Maybe this will start something for him. So yeah, you're going to say, wow, he could have used 2 blue chips before and gotten himself a birdie. Well, this is true. But, you know, it's kind of tough to tell how to do it. So Lee Song with his eagle at 6. He's still 5 back. Got a long way to go. And at this par 3, let's see. So you know what you get here. And so with the white 6, you can attack the green. You can take the easy par and get the blue chip. Or he has a green 3. We can look. Is he soft or stone? Neither. He's going to have a difficult birdie. And doesn't have any blue chips, so he will accept the blue chip and take the par. Now Van Dyke. 4, 5, 5, par 3. Is he champion? He is a champion. He gets an easy putt for birdie. So he can go back to back here. And 3 out of the last 4 if he can get a 1 to 4. And it's in the hole. Beautiful putt for Van Dyke. Rolls it true, and he joins Tucker and Honorado at minus 13, 4 back. So some progress being made, and you've got to make that in the early holes if you're going to want to be there at the end. So here's Honorado at the 6th. And it's going to be course controlled for Honorado. It's a, let's see, it is 13 is in the rough in 2. And a green 5. Is he master? He is a master, so he gets a double difficult birdie putt. And Honorado being 4 back. Yeah, he's going to lag. That leaves him with an easy par. No problems there. But it's a birdie hole. You don't really want to have to settle for par. Eddie Sykes can't get blue chips. 1, 3, 4. Not a duffer. Semi-champion, no dot, not utility. So moderate putt for birdie. Needs a 1 or a 2. This is that. So now an easy putt for par. And he makes that. So, all right, 2 pars on an easy hole. Not the way to go after your victories. So, Rowetter. And he will earn another blue chip and a par. Zavala. So wait, so what did Zavala get on the first hole? Par or better, so he is actually sunny. I forgot to mark that down. Okay, so Zavala. He's got to make a clutch putt for par in order to earn a blue chip, or else he'll lose that one. So it's a 1 to 3, and he makes it. So he does get his par, and he gets a second blue chip. And being so far back, you really just want to take whatever chances you can to get blue chips. Okay, 4, and it'll be Tucker. 4 back, and he gets control of this one. 1, 2, 5. Is he a bomber? No. Hacker? No. Going to be golf cam green, and it's a challenging green. Par 4, 5. Is it friendly? No. Challenging? Yes. A clutch bogey putt. That's not going to be good for Tucker. He is gold, so 1 to 5, and he makes the bogey putt. But he will drop back to where he started today. Minus 12. 5 behind the leaders. Now Sonny Lemons. All right, it's going to be course control and golf cam course and a 3 on a par 4. Plus he gets the exclamation mark. Well, it is semi-cordial, but no dot, so he doesn't get the clutch putt for birdie. He's going to have a clutch putt for par. Semi-rust. And he makes it 1 to 2, and he makes that, so he'll get a blue chip and a par. Gets away with a bad tee shot. And now it'll be Granbury and Wallace coming off eagles at 2. And it's going to be 11, which is Sandy with his second shot, and a green 5. Semi-sandy, no dot, so he's going to end up with a difficult putt for par. Granbury and on the verge of missing, of giving back one of these strokes. But he makes it a 1 to 3. That's a par. A good putt for Granbury, as he did not play the hole particularly gracefully. 55 is rough in 1, green 6, so both of these guys having a struggle here. Master, he's not a master. He's going to have a double difficult putt for par, and Wallace is going to have to lag and concede himself, more or less. A drop back to tied with Granbury, so that is going to leave an easy bogey, which he does make. That would have been a better roll for the other chance. He might have had a chance to make the putt with our lag rule, but Okay, so Wallace and Granbury at minus 16, Rowetter 2 back. Okay, Somers coming off birdie, playing the ninth, another tough one on the side hill. It's long, 466. Again, the wind's right there. And 66, which is going to be rough in one with a green one. So actually, he's going to play this pretty well because he's not a workman. So he gets a wow roll. He gets a blue chip. And he may even get an opportunity to go 2 birdies in a row here. Let's see. So let's roll on the wow. It's a 1. We're going to roll the black die. Does he get another 1? If he gets another 1, it's an eagle. That ball is rolling. It's heading for the pin. But it's a 5, and it just lips out. That's a gimme birdie putt. Gimme birdie, and it's in. Somers back-to-back. Of course, he's still 5 behind, but he's playing. He's finishing up this front 9 well, maybe gaining some momentum here. And now Bradshaw, who was gaining some momentum until he hit 8, and then 8 kind of threw him for a little bit of a curve there. Now rough in 2 on the par 4, and a green 2. Is he a master? No, he's not. He'll have a moderate par putt, so he just needs to tidy himself up here, and he does. So that's a 34 on the front for Bradshaw. Still, he's also 5 back. Back to 8 now. It's Van Dyke and Lee Song. 24 golf cam course. Not daunting for Van Dyke. He'll be happy with that. So, green 1. It's not cordial. Is he laser? No, he's not. So he'll have a clutch par putt. Semi-gold. 1 to 4. And he misses it. So now an easy bogey. He'll make that. But that ends his streak. And he drops back to minus 12. Lee Song. And the 25 is golf cam course as well. Decide or die. This time is yes, so it's daunting. It's going to be a clutch putt for par for Lee Song. And again, he's also semi-gold. So 1 to 4, and he misses it as well. There goes his blue chip, and now easy bogey. But Lee Song and Van Dyke both drop a shot at the 8th. Tough hole. You can see just how impressive it is that Somers was able to squeak a birdie out on that one. Okay, back to the par 3 7th. And it will be Gale Honorado. First to play here. 2-3-5, par 3. Champion. Semi-champion with a dot. He will have an easy birdie putt. Needs a 1 to 4. Can he get the 2/3 chance? And move to within 2. 1 to 4. And he buries it. 3 under par on his round. Joins Denny Rowetter at minus 14. Masters the short par 3 here in his final round. Here is Sykes. Golf cam course. Semi-daunting with the dot is going to be trouble. Green 2. Daunting clutch putt for bogey. So he's going to double unless he gets a 1 to 3 here. And there's a 4. So he earns a red chip, and he is going to double bogey. Eddie Sykes does not get any blue or red chips, but Sykes will now drop to minus 10. And so his day is not going so well. All right, it'll be Rowetter now at the short par 5 6th birdie opportunity here. And a 4-5-5. Legend, no. Hacker, no. Champion, semi-champion with a dot. He is. He'll have an easy birdie. He will spend a blue chip and go gimme. And it's in. And so Rowetter within 1. having a real nice opening to his round here. Makes a birdie, and now Zavala. Not quite as lucky. 5-6-6 here though. Let's see how that works out. See a legend, no. Hacker, no. Champion, no. So it's going to be Golf Cam Green with a green 6. Friendly green. Yeah, semi-friendly with a dot. So it'll be a clutch birdie putt. And he will use a blue chip in order to make sure that he is gold, and he still misses it. Easy par. Not what he was looking for. Now back to 5 for Lemons and Tucker. So 25 is Golf Cam Green. It's a semi-challenging green with a dot. So 3. A clutch putt for par is necessary. He's semi-rust. He's going to try. What is he? He's 4 back. He needs a 1 or a 2 right now, and he misses it. So he's going to lose the blue chip anyway. Unfortunately, yeah. Anyway, easy. He makes it, but barely. So that's a bogey. Samson Tucker. Not in too bad a shape here. It's Golf Cam course, but it's going to be daunting. 2, it's going to be a clutch putt for bogey. Now he is gold, so he makes it, but that's still a bogey. So this from about 8 through 14 is pretty tough going. So not much to be had. So Granbury with a par, birdie eagle par. Now he's at par at the 4th, and he will accept a par and a blue chip. Rudy Wallace now. And he also, but he can't get a blue chip, but he will. Let's see. He'll take the par. So he's still 1 under. So those 2 guys are tied at -16. Okay, so the first group off is starting to back, and Heath Summers is currently hot, and he could try and take control of this hole. Instead, he's going to play it out. Love a white 1 or a white 6 here, but he's going to get 3. It's 45. Rough in 1, green 2, not the worst roll in the world. He should get at least a par chance out of this. So rough in 1, green 2. Is he a master? No. He'll end up with a moderate putt for par. And he misses it. So that's a tough way to start. Easy bogey. He makes that, but all that progress he's made, half of it's gone with 1 poorly struck putt. Okay, now Dwayne Bradshaw. And there's the white 6 that Summers wanted. Bradshaw will take it and earn his easy blue chip par. Again, this is the meat of the course right here that we're in the midst of. So this is where things get pretty tough. Van Dyke. Let's see, 26. He's going to buy a black 6 with his red chip. So 66 is going to be in the rough in 1 with a green 4. He is not a workman, so he ends up with a moderate second putt for par. So he'll get a par and get rid of his red chip as long as he doesn't end up with a 6, and that's good. Finishes out with a par. Still 1 under on the front. Not the worst in the world, but he's also no closer, not much closer to anybody else. So Lee Song, 23 is the rough in 2, and a green 2. Is he a master? He's not, so he ends up with the same moderate par putt that his playing partner had, and it's in there. So 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it's a 35 for Lee Song as well. Now Honorado coming off birdie at 7, played that par 3 very well, 2 back. Now he's got to hope he can get a couple pars here. And so 16 is Golf Cam course. The decide or die helps him out. It's a no. So the green 3 at the par 4, cordial no, daunting no, clutch putt for par. So he needs a 1 to 3. He has no blue chips, and he misses it. So that'll leave him with an easy bogey putt, which he makes. But he's going to drop a shot, and he's hoping that everybody else does too through these holes. Although Sommers has shown you can do all right. Sykes, he'll take a par. Can't get a blue chip though. No blue chips for, he's got caddy conflict. He's not happy with his club carrier. Okay, row wetter at the 7th. Course control 44. It's in the sand. Oh, it's gonna be in the sand after his second shot. This is a disaster of a hole for row wetter, who's 1 back. Now he has a green 3. Is he chunky? No. He's gonna end up with an easy bogey putt, and he just turned that into a tougher hole, and he drops a shot. So not the way you want to start the next pair of or trio of holes. Now here is Zavala. Okay, he's going to have 2-2-5. So he'll have a chance to play it off. His card is a utility. No. Golf Cam green with a green 2. It's neither friendly nor challenging, so it's going to be an easy putt for par for Zavala, and he holds it out without issue. Okay, Lemons and Tucker. Lemons, neither of these guys have made any headway, even though they started only 3 back. They're both over par for the round, and 23 Golf Cam green. It's going to not be a friendly green 1. Not challenging, not scatter. So he does end up with a clutch birdie putt. Still semi-rust is not great. 1 or 2, and he gets the putt, though. It goes in, so Lemons gets back to even par with that birdie. Out of somewhat an improbable birdie with his poor clutch putting skills, but he does earn a blue chip out of it. Now Tucker, it'll be 4-4-5 for Samson Tucker. Is Tucker hot? No, he's actually cold. Well, so he is cold. He's going to burn the blue chip because he is the gallery groans. It's going to leave him feeling a little down. And is he a workman? He's semi-workman, no dot. So he does not end up any worse for wear, but he does end up with a difficult par putt. 1 in 3 chance, and he misses that. So now a moderate bogey, which he makes, but he's got bogeys on the ride here. 3 in a row, and he is all the way down to -10. And the leaders, Granbury and Wallace at the 5th, par 3. And it will be Gil Granbury starting off this hole. 56 is in the rough in 1 and a green 3. He's not a workman, so he has a gimme par. So he just has to avoid 3 6s, and he does. And he'll remain at minus 16. Now, Rudy Wallace. And it's 16, golf cam course. Not going to be daunting for him, so he should escape. 1. Wait, golf cam course. And then, so is it cordial? No. Is he laser? No. Needs a clutch putt for par. He's semi-gold. Needs a 1 to 4. Can't get any blue chips, but that is a par for Wallace, and he will stay tied with Granbury at minus 16 with Rowetter. All right, so we've got 11, another one of these holes that's kind of like hole 4, actually, where it's got the exclamation mark. So if you end up with one of the 3 degrees of course control, that gives it to the course. You have a tougher putt. It's a challenging green, but the golf cam course will give you semi-cordial a chance maybe at a birdie if you can find it in the right spot. So let's see. Dwayne Bradshaw. And he's going to get a par and another blue chip. So not a bad roll for him. Now Summers. He's going to take his chances here. He gets control 135. Duffer or puny, he's neither of those, and he's not utility, so it's going to be right now. And right now he is just neutral. He's not cold. He had a birdie and then a bogey, which just makes him neutral. So right now, par 4, 3. Is he cold? He's not cold. He is neutral. So that gives him an easy birdie putt. And Summers will use the blue chip to make it gimme. Not going to take any chances with that, and it's in. So he comes back with a birdie after the bogey at 10. And he's 2 under par through that tough stretch of holes. Of course, you still got 12 is a long par 3, and you've got 14, which is the toughest of the par 5s, coming up. Okay, so Van Dyke at the 10th. 14 is in the sand with a green 1, so he's got a chance here maybe to splash out and get it close. Because he is not chunky, so he's got a wow, so that'll earn him a blue chip. We roll the white die with the wow. And it's a 2. That will give him an easy birdie putt. He's going to try to make it. He needs to hang on to chips right now, and it's in the hole. Gets to minus 13, so he is in the mix here. 3 back still, but those leaders have some tough ones to play. Now Lee Song with a 3. So that's 16. That's rough in 1 as well with a green 1, so he is not chunky. He'll also get wow. That green 1 is a savior for these guys. Now let's see what happens on his white roll. It's a 2 again, so it's another easy birdie. And he's going to try to make it, and he does. So back-to-back birdies for or not back-to-back, but they each get birdie here on a tough hole. After the green die comes up 1 a couple times, which is pretty rare. Okay, so now Sykes finishing out his 9 on this beast. And we've got quad 1s, and we can't use the special result at all. Quad 1s and a decider die. That is probably the clutchest roll of all, and it will do him no good. Rough in 2 on the par 4. He does get the green 1, though, so that will help. He's not workman, so he also gets wow. So maybe he'll sneak out of here with a bird. So Sykes, but it's a 5, so that's going to be a moderate putt for birdie. Oh, wait, Sykes cannot get blue chips, so needs a 1 or 2. Oh, and he buries it. The green die has found its 1, so Sykes is even par through 9. After a birdie to close it out. So these holes are making a liar of me. So 16, rough in 1, green 2. Is he master? Honorado's a master, so he's also going to get wow. That's going to burn the red chip. Roll the white. It's a 4. That's an easy birdie putt. Needs a 1 to 4. But that's finally where it goes, burns out. So now it's a gimme par, but that's a par for Honorado. So 34 on the front. He's going to stay at minus 13. Okay, so Savala starting the tough stretch, the 8th. 24 Golf Cam course. Not daunting, so with the decide or die, it says no. So he'll have a clutch putt for birdie. And he's going to use the blue chip to make it 1 to 5. And he makes it. So a birdie. Can't get a blue chip there because he spent one. But he does go to minus 11. 5 back. So there are ways to birdie these tough holes. Need some good fortune. 16 Golf Cam course, but now the decider die is going to make it daunting. So it is daunting on the green 5, so that's a double difficult putt for par for Row Wetter. And he's going to use a blue chip to make it difficult, and it's still going to miss it. So that's now going to be moderate bogey. And he's going to drop to minus 13, so not the way he drew that hole up. So Lemons coming to the 7th. Dinky par 3 with a real punch sometimes. 5, 6, 6. Sonny Lemons is a champion. He gets an easy birdie putt. And he's going to try to make the 1 to 4. Taking a chance on it. And he makes it. So in the hole for birdie for Lemons. He joins the group at minus 13. That's 3 back. And now Tucker. Coming off bogey. 4, 5, 6. Golf Cam green. Green 4. Friendly, no. Challenging, no. Clutch putt for par for Tucker. He will earn a blue chip as long as he gets a 1 to 5. And he does, so that's a par. Stays at minus 10. All right, so the last group through this easy par 5 is going to be Granbury and Wallace, and Granbury has the tee. 5, 5, 6 on the par 5. See, a legend, no. Champion, no. Hacker, no. So Golf Cam green. But it's not going to be friendly. 5, is it friendly? No. Challenging, no. He's going to have an easy putt for par. So that's, as long as he doesn't get 6s, and he doesn't, but that's a wasted opportunity there. See if Wallace can take the lead. Can't get a blue chip, but maybe he'll get fortunate here. That's 2, 4, 6, par 5. He's not a duffer. Not utility, not a champion, so it's going to be right now, and Wallace is neutral right now. He's not hot. It's going to ask if he's hot. So it's going to lead to a difficult birdie putt, and he's going to try and make it. Needs a 1. Nope. Now the moderate par, which he does make, and so that leaves us with Granbury and Wallace ahead by 3 going into that short par 3 7. Okay, so yeah, back to this first group, and nobody is outside of contention right now, which is pretty nice. Everybody's kind of been hanging around even par, although Granbury is probably the guy who's had the biggest move of anybody. He's 3 under par. But it's going to be Summers here at 12, which is a 202-yard par 3. It's pretty long. It's got a firm green, although this isn't listed as firm. The 13th is the green, but this one is not listed as firm, but it's got 5 degrees of course control again. And with it being semi-daunting, with one chip, you can't try to take control. We might have Bradshaw do that. Let's see. So it's going to be 36, which is rough in 1 and a green 3. So as I said before, the green die, when you get the course control or anything that's off course control, especially when it's either rough, sand, woods, water, if the lower the number, the better. So this is sort of like a slightly better than medium for Summers. So in the rough in 1, and is he a workman? He's not, so he ends up with a gimme par putt. So you kind of endure this hole. And as long as you don't get 6s here, which he doesn't, that's a par. And he maintains his standing. Now it's going to be Bradshaw. And now it's a question of whether you want to see. He's going to hold on to this. He doesn't think it's worth it here. I might have to use 2 chips to get control. So it's 36. Also, it's going to be the same, except it's going to be the 4. He's not a workman, so he's going to have a moderate putt for par instead. So he needs to avoid a 6, and he does. And now we're back to the 11th with Van Dyke and Lee Song both coming off birdies. So it will be Van Dyke first at a hole that can be okay. And 4-4-6 on the par 4. He has control with a white 2. Legend or bomber? No, he's a little bit more of a shorter hitter. Now, he's not a hacker either. So it's going to be right now. And he's neutral right now, unfortunately for him, because if he had a par, or wait, I'm wrong. Van Dyke, I can show you the scorecard here. Van Dyke birdied 10, parred 9, so he's actually semi-hot. 4 is going to check for right now. Is he hot? And because the decider die says yes, he is. He has an easy birdie putt. And Van Dyke, he's going to be impetuous. He's going to use that. He's going to make it gimme. He wants the birdie now. He doesn't want to wait for it, and he holds it. So back-to-back birdies for Van Dyke. Moves to -14. And the pressure will start to be felt by Wallace and Granbury now that some others are starting to breach. Although Rowetter was there for a little while, but they've also got tough holes coming up soon. So Lee Song, 2-2-6 for him. Both these guys take control of this hole themselves. (2-2-6) Yeoman or Gilded? Neither. Champion? He's a champion. He gets an easy putt for birdie. Now, Lee Song is going to try and hold on to that blue chip. He needs a 1-4 on an easy birdie, and he makes it. So Lee Song plays the percentages, and he holds it. So he moves to -13. He's got 3 shots to make up to Granbury and Wallace. But there's lots of guys right here in the midst. Speaking of those guys, here's Honorado as one of them. But it's going to be Sykes first at the 10th. Okay, green 3 should be okay there. 26 is Golf Cam course. Decide or die, though, is the real pain for Sykes. It's going to be yes for daunting. Green 3 is going to lead him to a clutch putt for bogey. He needs a 1-3 or else it's going to be a double. And he does make a bogey. Could have been worse. And that was a clutch putt, so but he can't earn blue chips. So I keep forgetting. All right, so now Honorado. Before the round, Honorado was trying to work out a deal with Sykes that he could earn all his blue chips, but that doesn't work. He found out the rules do not allow. Now, that's rough, and he's got a green 6, so that is bad. Although he is a master, he will end up with a tough birdie putt. Double difficult. And Honorado is going to lag. He could try and make it, but he's just going to lag this up and gets his easy par, which he makes. Now, Zavala at 9, and then Rowetter. And it's going to be 46, which is Golf Cam course. The decide or die is going to make it daunting, and this is going to be a tough setup here for Zavala. It's going to be a clutch bogey putt. He's also 1-3, and he does make it, but that's still a bogey. It's a blue chip, but he's going to drop back to -10. And so for his front nine, 38. Now Denny Rowetter, 56. Golf Cam course, the decide or die again makes it daunting. He's going to have a double difficult putt for par. Or wait, no. My bad. 56. 1. So it's green 1. Is it cordial? No. Is he laser? No. So he'll have a clutch par putt. So at least he's got a 2/3 chance of a par. And it's in, so he gets a blue chip and a par, and he finishes the front nine 1 under par 35. Back to 8. Sonny Lemons coming off 2 birdies in a row, but now he's starting the tough stretch. That is a 26 Golf Cam course. Decide or die says daunting, so it's going to be a clutch putt for par. Semi-rust. He's going to try and keep his standing, so he spends the blue chip because he'd lose it anyway, and he does make par. Samson Tucker, 25, Golf Cam course, green 5. Is it daunting? Yes. Difficult, double difficult putt for par. So Samson, he's going to try to make it. Double difficult putt for par. Actually, you just need a 1 for that. Double difficult birdie, you need a 1 plus decide or die. Yes. So he misses the double difficult par. Now a difficult bogey. He's going to use a blue chip to make it moderate, and he still misses it. Easy double. But Tucker is on the verge of being knocked out of this tournament. Or not knocked out, but knocked out of contention. So 5 over on the last 5 holes, and he is 8 back with 10 to play. So, all right. So the last real easy chance here, and it'll be Granbury coming up to the tee, looking to take sole control of the lead. So he has control, 2, 3, 6, par 3. Is he a hacker? No, he's not. So it'll be experience. Green 3S if he's a prospect, and he's not. So is he a prospect? No, he gets an easy birdie putt. He's going to take his chances. Hold on to the blue chip. 1-4. Can he make it? Oh, and he buries it. Gil Granbury takes sole possession of the lead. Of course, with Wallace still to play this short par 3. But he holds his putt. And now Wallace. And it's going to be course control 26 in the sand and 1 with a green 4. He's not chunky, so he ends up with a moderate par putt. He needs to avoid a 6. And he does, barely. Okay, so Granbury takes the lead outright. 1 back, Wallace. Okay, so Heath Summers finds himself 6 behind Granbury with his 13th. And again, these are the types of holes that I just love because they kind of feel like a risk reward. You've got 2 degrees of course difficulty, so that's not too much of an issue. It's pretty, so it makes it a pretty neutral hole. It's just about 400 yards. Have a chance at a green being a problem, and you also have a chance at a firm, which there are some. There are 1 or 2 results in the golf, in the golfer control realm where the firm does come into play, but not to mention that you also get some golf cam greens out of it, and that's where this challenging can also come in. So kind of feels like you have, you know, you want to always think that golfer control is good, but there can be some sneaky things about it. Now 156 with Sommer's control, legend or bomber, neither. It's not a hacker, so it's going to be mood, and he is stormy. And this is going to be a problem for Summers, who is, although he's just not really getting anywhere. He's not sunny, so he has a difficult putt for par. Needs a 1 to 3 right now. Well, and he holds it out, so he manages to stay 11 under. Now, Dwayne Bradshaw, he could take control of this, but instead he's going to go 1, 2, 3. That's golf cam green, I'm pretty sure. And the decider die says yes, so it's going to be challenging. 1, 2, 3. Golf cam green. So we go to green. Green 1, par 4. Is it challenging? Yes. It's a double difficult putt for par. So Bradshaw, he will lag. Well, he almost ends up with a bad lag, but it's just going to be so-so lag. And now that will leave him with an easy bogey, which he does make, but that's going to drop him to minus 10. Now back to 12, this long par 3. Kind of an oxymoron. It's going to be Van Dyke. Both of these guys coming off back-to-back birdies. But this is going to be in the rough in 2 on this par 3, and Van Dyke is going to at least par this and maybe worse. Rough in 2, green 2. He is a master, so he gets a chance to hole out a birdie chip. Or no, this would be a... Wait. Yeah, so rough in 2... Wait, hold on. So par 3, I read off the wrong one. Is he workman? He's not workman, so he has an easy bogey putt. So he will bogey. And that's tough. Take some of the shine off of that stretch where he went birdie 10 and 11. Now Yun Lee Song. And 25, golf cam green. It's going to be challenging. And a green 2. Friendly, challenging. Yeah, clutch putt for par. He is semi-gold. And he does make his par. Okay, so you got Granbury, Wallace, and then you got 5 that are 4 back. And those guys are Wallace and Granbury are going to be starting the tough stretch. So let's see if they start finding some tough stuff there. So 11, and it's going to be 2, 3, 5 for Honorado. In that group at minus 13. Legend or Shaper? No, he's not. Is he champion? Semi-champion? No dot, so he's going to have to go to right now. Right now he's not hot, so it's going to leave him with a difficult birdie putt. And he's going to try to make it. Needs a 1. Nope. Leaves him with a moderate par. There's the one he needed. Sykes working through this round without able to get any blue chips, and it's going to be rough in 1 with a green 3. Not a workman, so an easy par putt. No problems with that, so now we go back to 10. And it's going to be Zavala and Rowetter. Rowetter first. And 14 is Sandin 1 with a green 2. Not sandy, so easy. Second putt for par. And he holes that out. Still 4 back. Now Zavala, who is 7 back. Sand and 2 and a green 6. Oh, he's not sandy. He's going to have a double difficult putt for par. Going to have to lag. And that leaves him with the easy bogey. He's going to make that, and he's dropped all the way back to -9. Okay, at the turn, Lemons and Tucker. Tucker with the double bogey on 8. Now so Lemons will be first. Sand and 2, green 2. Is he sandy? No, he'll have an easy par putt, and he gets away with one there. Okay, so 1 under par for Lemons. On the front 9, 4 back. Now Tucker reeling, and he's going to be golf cam course, and it's going to be daunting. So par 4, green 3 is a daunting clutch putt for bogey, and I think that's going to make him. Well, he needs the clutch putt. He's gold, so he does make it, but that's still a bogey, and he has a 41 on the front 9, and that moves him to 10 back with 10 to play, which effectively puts him out of contention as far as I'm concerned. Even by the game standard, he was out of contention long ago. But okay, so to the 8th, Granbury and Wallace. Granbury with 1 blue chip, hanging on to it for now. And he's got to make a clutch putt. Now, granted, he's gold right now, so that does help. Makes him 1 to 5. He needs this to get a blue chip and a par, and he does. So a par gets a second blue chip, and he will remain at -17. Now, Rudy Wallace does not get blue chips, so Granbury got the gold putting in the perks and issues. 56, rough and 1, green 2. So not the worst lie in the world. Is he a master? No, he's going to have a moderate second putt for par. So he'll remain 1 back as long as he can avoid a 6. And he does. Okay, so we're 1 loop around from the emerging contenders. But let's just cover it right now because the leaders are coming to the turn. It's Granbury in first, -17. Okay, so the 14th, tough par 5, dog leg right, long. The green is tough. It's kind of got a bunker in the front left and then a hump right over top of it, and then it runs away in the back. So Sommers does not have 2 chips to use, so he's just going to try and play it straight up. Ends up with 14, which is woods and 2. Green 5, is he a master? No, he's not, so he's going to end up with an easy par. So could have been worse. Actually, I'm wrong, but we'll use the green die. It's an X moderate, but he does still make it because it's off of the course card. Okay, Bradshaw, he gets a par. He gets his 3rd blue chip. So once we get through this, we'll roll for emerging contenders, and then we're kind of like on the downhill stretch here as we're working everybody back in to the clubhouse. Yun Lee Song at the 13th. 114 on the par 3 is Yun Cold. He is semi-hot. So he has a moderate putt for birdie. He's got 2 blue chips. He's going to hold on to him. He's going to try and take control on 14. So he needs a 1 or a 2 here to make a birdie at the 13th and maybe try and stage a run up this leaderboard. But he misses it. If he had used 1, he would have gotten it. So now That leaves him in the easy par, which is good, but that's such risk reward. You never know what's going to happen. Martin Van Dyke takes his par. Back to 12, par 3, and it'll be Honorado first. Need one of these guys in this other group to sort of start making a charge. It's Golf Cam course. Won't be daunting for Honorado. So 5 on a par 3. It checks if it's cordial or daunting. It's not, so it's an easy par. We haven't had an easy par missed in a while, so may not even have done it this round. So Sykes gets the par. Can't earn any blue chips though. So now it's going to be Rowetter. Started great, 3 under after 6, but then bogeys at 7 and 8 have left him 4 back of Granbury. And it's 24 Golf Cam green, and it's challenging. And it's a clutch putt for bogey. Can't buy a break here. But he does get his bogey putt, which is somewhat a break. He gets a second blue chip. But he will drop to minus 12, and Rowetter's chances are fading. Now Zavala. So 13, Golf Cam course, and a green 2, and he's cordial, so this will help. He's going to have a clutch putt for birdie. 1 to 3, he will use the blue chip. He wants to have the best chance of making it, and he does. So Zavala back to minus 10. So 7 back with 7 to play. We're kind of like on the edge of contention there for him. Now back to 10 for Sonny Lemons. Another one of those guys in the midst of the pack. Just behind the peloton there. So a 25 Golf Cam course. Going to be daunting, so it's going to be a clutch putt for bogey. And with semi-rust, he needs a 1 or a 2. Oh, he gets it. Catches a break there. It's still bogeys. But he does get a blue chip. Now Tucker, semi-daunting. 6 is going to be a bogey. And we got Wallace and Granbury to the turn. Granbury up first. Going to hold on to the blue chips. It's 26 Golf Cam course. It's not daunting, so the green 2 is going to leave him with an easy putt for par. And that's good. So a 32 on the front for Granbury. 4 under par. Great, great open to the round. And now Wallace. 35 Golf Cam course, but it's going to be daunting for him. It's not cordial. He's not laser, so clutch par putt. So not the worst odds in the world. 1 to 4, and he makes the par. So he is 35 on the front, 1 under par, and he can't get any blue chips. So at the turn, we're about ready to do merging contenders. We've got Gil Granbury up front. 4 under par on his round, so he started. Actually, am I in the right ballpark here? Let me double check. Granbury was 203. That's minus 13. 4 under, minus 17. Yes. So Wallace 1 under par. He started at minus 15, so he's minus 16. So we have Honorado, Lee Song, and Van Dyke. So we have Gil Granbury leading at minus 17 with Rudy Wallace 1 behind. Gail Honorado, Yun Lee Song, and Martin Van Dyke all 4 back at minus 13. Will one of these guys tied for 3rd place or someone tied for 6th be able to make a charge and challenge Granbury and Wallace for the title, or will Granbury get his 2nd tournament win of his career here on the Tenacious Golf Tour, or will Wallace get his 1st? We will find out. Stay tuned for the second half of this tournament, the back 9 for the leaders, in the coming days. Until then, if you could hit the like button, that would be great. Thanks for tuning in here to Tabletop Baseball Plus.